So I think the most important thing for a leader is to pause, to take a breath, and to really make the space in their own minds to think about how they're going to make decisions, how they're going to tackle the crisis, and to be calm. It's incredibly important. There's an amazing quote from Chesney Sullenberger, who was the incredible pilot who landed the United aircraft onto the Hudson River. And he said, courage is contagious, and it really is. So how you behave will mimic how other people behave within your organisation. And then I think you need to really find the space to make good decisions. And to do that, you need to ask the right people, the right questions, and really get to the heart of what's happening in the crisis and the impact it could have. And then you need to set the strategic objective of the crisis. What do you want to achieve as a result of that crisis? And then how do you communicate that to your team in order to bring them with you? So to summarise, I would say it's clear, calm, structured thinking, good decision making, and strong communications.
I love that courage is infectious. The other thing that's infectious is confidence. And of course you've talked about communication there, because leaders spend a lot of their days, do they not, influencing and persuading people. And the only way that you can do that effectively is if you've got really robust communication skills. You're not going to be able to inspire people, you're not going to be able to get them to trust you, to follow you, unless you are oozing confidence and presence and gravitas and that rather intangible thing, personal power.
So I think the only way to gain confidence in managing a crisis is to actually go through one, and that's what this experience does. We put participants through a crisis simulation exercise, and that gives them the chance to rehearse how they might manage a crisis. But also it builds muscle memory. It helps you to get over that fight, flight or freeze response that you very naturally have when a crisis hits you. And then within that exercise, we also give them frameworks for things like decision making, how to behave with empathy, how to communicate with empathy, and even things like, how do teams behave and why do they behave in the way that they do.
So I've got really good news about communication. It's like a sport. So in just the same way that we might be working on your tennis strokes, we'd unpick the activity and identify lots of small elements and improve each of them. That's what we do in the training room with regard to communication. And so everybody leaves the session with a set of tools and ideas, perhaps a shift in mindset to help them communicate with maximum impact and presence and to be as persuasive as it's possible to be.
So leaders should always be paying attention to the psychological safety of their teams and continually paying into the culture bank of their teams so that they can lean in times of uncertainty, ambiguity and crisis to that firm foundation.
Anne-Marie, what challenges do leaders face most when navigating ambiguity, and how can they stay grounded?
It's a really tough time to be a leader at the moment, particularly a new leader, because no one actually gives you the skills. We are in a really ambiguous and uncertain time at the moment, and our teams are looking to us for guidance where we may not necessarily have all the answers. So a key thing for new leaders and managers to understand is how to confidently engage their teams even when they're not sure themselves.
Sure. So they can expect a mixture of theory and practical. And Anne-Marie and I will be approaching things looking at 3 different areas of focus. First of all, we'll be starting with the individual, how to develop the individual and strategies to help from the inside out. Then we'll be looking at team strategies and how to ensure that one's team is prepared for and confident for these uncertain times. And then finally, zooming out to think about organisational approaches for change management and uncertainty.